Today, I'm going to be taking on old school Runescape's most difficult challenge, completing the Grandmaster combat achievements on an account that can't trade, but more importantly, can't die. After playing Runescape for a few thousand hours now, I'm not satisfied playing normally anymore. I'm ready for a challenge that's so difficult that it'll force me to become better at the game than I ever thought was possible. I have to become a Grandmaster on a hardcore Ironman, a completely self-sufficient game mode that has only one life, meaning if I make just one mistake, it's over. Hello and welcome to the start of the brand new hardcore series. I'm super excited to get into this. We're going to call the account StinkRat32. And without wasting any time, let's just get into Lumby. Now that my settings won't get me killed, let's go get our free Iron Man armor and become a Grandmaster. Wait a second, how do I become a Grandmaster? Let's quickly break it down. There are currently 610 combat achievements in the game, and that number is constantly going up with every new update. These tasks are split into 6 tiers of difficulty: easy, medium, hard, elite, master, and Grandmaster. The simplest tasks include things like killing a fire giant or repairing a totem pole in a game of Temporos. The Grandmaster tier is home to some of the toughest challenges in RuneScape. Speedrunning the Inferno, completing every raid flawlessly, and even beating the Colosseum at its hardest difficulty are just a few of the insane tasks we'll have to grind through on this journey. To even dream about attempting some of these tasks, I'll have to level up, get the best gear possible, but most importantly, get good. Nice, there's our first clog on the account, Mark of Grace. Speeding through the early quests, here's Clock Tower, Monk's Friend, his Eel Cult, and X marks the spot completed. I'm going to destroy the lamp now so we can get it back later to use it on Herblore. Quickly ran through the stronghold to get our 10k money. Not going to go for the boots because I don't want to get one-tapped with 10 HP. Stop by Rock quickly to complete Children of the Sun and get our 1000 Hunter and Slayer XP. Rune Mysteries completed, so now we can actually runecraft. Dropped into Draenor to get our first one-click telly. Now we can get ourselves out of any sticky situations that we'll find ourselves in. Quick little completion of Witch's Potion. So I just found out that apparently my character has like facial hair, and I did not mean for that to be the case. Yeah, I did not mean to have that on, so coming to the hairdresser for the diary made me look better. This guy actually inspired the name StinkRat32. I got myself set up into the safe spot here for Witch's House, and this really just shows how game-breaking magic is early because of its high max hit and the ability to safe spot tons of quest bosses with it. And you don't even need any gear. Completing Witch's House means that we can actually take on a level 3 chicken finally. And here we are turning in Druidic Rituals so we can actually make potions. Now that we have some early quests out of the way, let's talk goals for this episode. Everyone knows the worst part about an early game Iron Man isn't the lack of gear or supplies, it's not having access to ways around the map. So let me introduce my 4-step plan to solve that issue. The first step is to train agility until I can reliably complete the agility pyramid. And since 70 agility is a Song of the Elves requirement, it just makes sense to knock this out first. Once we're around 65 agility, it's time to head to the pyramid and collect pyramid toppers, which are worth 10k GP each, and I get one every time I make it to the top. I'll have to collect pyramids until I have around 1 million GP. Once we have our first million worth of GP, we'll take the money to buy runes, so we can train magic until we have all the standard spellbook teleports unlocked. And finally, we'll be rounding things out with the 2 biggest early game teleport unlocks: Fairy Rings and the Ardcloak one from the Easy Ardy Diary. Fairy Rings can take you anywhere around the world, and the Ardcloak is an infinite teleport right next to a Fairy Ring. Completing all these goals will set up the account perfectly going into the mid-game. So now that we know the plan, let's get to it. Jagex, why is there a floating spade here, and why is it highlighted by the quest helper? Weird. Please give a warm welcome to our friend, 300 death runes. Okay, I'm not gonna name names, but somebody drank both the chocolate milks, but I'm not saying who. Plague City completed with absolutely 0 hiccups. Time to cook the red berry pie and see if we actually get lucky on this account. And we do, nice, first try. It's gonna be a good account. You guys might not like it, but this is the peak male form. God, I wish that were me. Turning in Night Sword for my favorite early game quest reward, 12,700 smithing XP is amazing. Shout out to a Cold One for showing off this safe spot in his newest video. Just talk to the NPC to get it stuck between you and the captain. Walk of shame. This is what I get for not reading the quest guide. I never really understood this. Now that we're out of the, bandit camp and we have Anna in the barrel, why don't we just let her out? Why do we keep her in the barrel until we get all the way back? Surely it's not comfortable being in there. Now that we've returned her child, she wants to give us some XP in one of these skills. Obviously, we're going to choose agility because it sucks to train early. So here's 27 agility from Tourist Trap. Banking a bit of sand and soda ash here for the future crafting grinds. This one right here, this is for Settled. Here's our first real bit of combat XP from Fight Arena. Maybe we can actually fight something now. All of the sheep are just chilling on the wall and I can't push them anywhere. What is this? Finally, we're on the last railing. I've been doing this quest for 5 minutes already. Doing this with level 3 crafting is actually a nightmare. I don't know how people do this. Now that we've saved the gnomes or whatever, we actually have access to our first method of teleportation, which is the spirit trees. And the reason I didn't talk about them earlier is because they're just not that good. They're in niche spots and they won't see much use. Got myself up to level 20 thieving here and banked some bread for future questing. Travel totem being completed for a little bit more thieving XP and 5 swordfish for some reason. I have no idea why. So this might be a hot take, but I actually like the sheep herder quest. I think it's kind of fun and silly. I know most people hate it, but I think it's pretty fun. I've got a fire giant safe spotted here, so we can go for the 1kc rune scimitar, but more importantly, we're going to be getting our first combat achievement from this kill. It's probably one of the easiest combat achievements in the game, but hey, you got to start somewhere, right? Come on, 1kc rune simi. Nope, never lucky, but we are getting our first combat achievement there, like I said, the Walking Inferno. That's the first of many, many combat achievements to come. Finishing up Waterfall Quest now that we've got our combat achievement and we get 13,000 strength XP and 13,000 attack XP. That is just beautiful. Honestly, one of the best quest rewards in the game. I know I said that about Knight's Sword, but Waterfall Quest takes the cake. Locking in for one of the hardest safe spots in the game right here. Gotta get behind the ladder. Ooh, one whole tile moved. I feel like I can even walk a couple tiles out here, can I? Let's see. I mean, yeah, it seemed fine. Everything's going smooth sailing out here. I don't need the quest help. Ow. I guess that's why I listen to the quest helper. I just need to learn my lesson at this point. Now that the black demon's dead with absolutely 0 hiccups, let's go turn in the quest. Okay, so we didn't get it on the first route. Let's see if we can get it on the second route here. Come on. Nice, easy. This account might actually be a spoon. Spacebar, 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 come on. There we go. There's more attack XP. I don't say 8,000 agility XP isn't bad either. It's crazy to me that we can already equip rune weapons now without even having, like, actually trained the skills just from quests. The multi-questing continues. There's Restless Ghost, and now let's go take these balls of wool up to Fred the Farmer. Aiming for a gold split here on Sheep Shearer. Come on, get through the dialogue. Starting it. And get ready for the timer here. Boom, time it. That's gotta be a gold split. Somebody call Summoning Salt. I've made my way over to the fruit stalls here at Assidious to train my thieving up to 40. This is gonna be the first real skilling grind on the account, I think. So yeah, we're just going to be going up to 40 thieving and banking all of the strange fruits and more importantly the Golanova, whatever the pie toppers are called. We're going to be banking all of those in the strange fruits for run energy and for the herblore pies later on, which are super important. So I will see you guys back at 40 thieving and hopefully lots of pie toppers. 40 thieving didn't take that long here at the fruit stalls. That's our first big skilling grind done. I guess if you want to call 40 thieving big, maybe it's not. But we definitely got a lot of toppers and strange fruits, so we can make a ton of botanical pies later, which will be super nice. Handing in the Client of Kourend gets us the 2 antique lamps, which we will send right onto Herblore, and also gets us the Koret's memoirs. We can fill this with pages from the Zaya quests, which gives us some teleports around Zaya, which is always nice. Making a quick stop at PetSmart here for some sardines for the kittens. Starting on a fresh account, I've realized that the thing I absolutely miss the most from my main is stamina potions. Having to walk around the game is so miserable. First of the 5 Kourend quests finished up. There's Queen of Thieves for some thieving XP and a page for the memoir. I'm finally stepping foot in Varlamore for the first time on this account, and man do I love this city. It looks amazing, the quests are pretty fun for the most part, and the content is just great. I can't wait to get into it. Alright, this has to be the best thing in Varlamore, right? I'm kind of glazing, but I mean, a capybara with an orange on his head? Is this not the best thing you've ever seen? Okay, so I normally don't really read the dialogue during any of the quests. I'm kind of a spacebar Andy. But like the dialogue and just the jokes, everything about this lily pad quest is hilarious. And it even has the most iconic quest boss, Cuthbert, who's now dead. Finishing the Ribbiting Tail gets us a hardwood tree patch, which we can't use yet because we're level 2 farming, but we'll get there eventually, probably. And now probably the opposite of the quest before this, the most boring quest in existence. There's Death on the Isle completed. After you finish Death on the Isle, if you search the fountain outside, you can get this little icon thingy and take it to the statue, and that'll unlock an extra teleport for the, I think it's Pendant of the Eights, I think is what it's called, when we get that from the Amoxoladl. I give up on these names. I've made my way over to the Brimhaven Agility Dungeon to finally get started on the first step of the plan that I laid out earlier. Hopping back and forth across these spikes is around 25k XP an hour, and I'll be stopping to grab any nearby ticket machines for the vouchers. I can turn in the vouchers upstairs for tons of bonus XP to finish off this grind, and then once I hit 60 agility, I'll be moving to the Sears Village course to finish off 65. Once I get to 65 agility, it'll be time to work on the second step of the plan, and we'll be heading over to the agility pyramid for that. Little update here, there's 50 agility coming in. Not bad, 10 levels to go, and then we'll be moving on. For anyone else wanting to do this training method, the detached camera plugin is amazing. There's guides to show you how to set it up online, and you can just click in the same spot, your camera won't move, and it makes life so much easier here. Okay, just over the 200,000 XP mark, and these tickets should be enough to finish it off. Let's see, turn it in for 17,000, 17,000, 17,000, 17,000, and another 7,000 there gets us up to 60 agility. We actually overshot it by a little bit, but doesn't matter. Extra XP is always good. Now they're finished up here, it's time to head over to the Sears course. See you there. Yeah, I recycle. What's it to ya? The Sears course is going to be our home for the next little while. I'm not sure how many laps I have to run, but it shouldn't be too bad just to get up to level 65. And we're going to be doing forestry at the same time, so if I actually cut a regular log every couple laps, I'll make events spawn, which will be free woodcutting XP. Hey, our first cat grew up nice. We're not going to bother trading it in right now because it's just too much effort to get all the way to Artie and then back to Varrock to get another cat. Okay, here's the forestry I was talking about earlier. Since I cut a log every couple laps, I'm eligible for the events that spawn here, and this is the first one we've gotten. So I guess I just have to pick up these leaves, turn them in, and we'll see what we get. Honestly, I don't really understand forestry at all. I never have. It's been updated so many times, and I just refuse to learn anything about it. Okay, so I got 3 levels from that, and if I cut one more log, I'm actually going to get a 4th level from just one event. Maybe forestry isn't so bad after all. Okay, I don't really know how this event is woodcutting themed. You just stand on a little highlighted circle and you get woodcutting XP. I mean, I'll take it because I need it, but I'm not sure if this is woodcutting related. Okay, so I totally forgot to record the level 65 agility, but I did stay until 60 marks here so I can get my first piece of Graceful when we make our way to Berthorpe later. Okay, I don't really know what happened for these next 5 clips or so, but for some reason my Runelight hotbar's sticking out, so there's Murder Mystery completed and some Graceful legs picked up. I've arrived at the agility pyramid, which means step 2 of the plan is well underway now. We're going to do around 100 laps here, I think, is going to be the goal. Get pretty close to 70 agility, and then we'll finish the rest off with questing. And it should put us a little bit over 1 million cash, which will be great for the future. A historic moment. There's the first lap of the agility pyramid done. Getting our first topper now. 100 more to go. 110 more to go. Who knows exactly how many I'll do. Okay, so I've been out here for a while now. I've done about 2 trips. Gonna turn in the rest of these pyramids and then go restock on some more water skins. Can only stay out here for so long until they dry up. Puts us up to 580k cash. 57 laps done. Should be about halfway. Okay, I've saved up a ton of toppers for this huge turn-in, this huge dopamine turn-in. That's going to get us all the way up to 890k. I think that was 23 toppers I just turned in, something like that. That was a ridiculous amount of money. That feels good. That's motivation right there. Got another 10, 20 laps to go. Probably one more trip should be the last, definitely, and I'll see you guys at the end of it. Finally, the last lap of the agility pyramid here, getting our final topper. Can't wait to be rid of this place. I do not enjoy it at all. But it gives us a lot of money and some good XP. You can see we're pretty close to 70. We'll finish it off from questing for Song of the Elves, and that's all we really need. So we'll just turn these in real quick. Almost 1.1 million cash. That's beautiful. That'll definitely be enough for magic training and more cash for the future. I just realized that I hit 25 magic from safe spotting this guy in the feud quest, and that gets us our first teleport. Teleport to Varrock is now unlocked, which is amazing. I mean, it makes getting around the map a little bit easier, but we're going to be getting all of them soon enough. After safe spotting those guys for at least 10 years in the quest, there's the feud completed for 15,000 thieving XP. It's actually a lot. Damn, I didn't realize it was so much. I've been digging here forever. Look at this loot. Guys, this is my 99th dig. I am losing my mind. Surely this talisman exists, right? Oh, and there's my 3rd mining level. Great. Nobody's ever gotten 3 mining levels. There was dig 100 and 101. I mean, I'll see you guys back when I get the talisman if it exists. Oh my god, that was like 30 seconds after the last clip. Oh my god, 104 digs. I actually got it. It exists. Thank god, we can finally go finish this quest. Finally completing dig site for 15k mining XP and 2000 herbler XP. It's time to stock up on runes now for the magic training arena. We're just going to be buying a ton of natures, some laws, and then just a few cosmics and a little bit of deaths for the future. May as well grab them now since I'm hopping worlds anyways. I've arrived at the magic training arena finally. This is where we're going to be getting all of the magic XP we need to unlock the teleports. Fortunately, we are going to be using low alchemy instead of high alchemy, which makes it take a bit longer and less magic XP per hour and all that, but that's not a big deal. It's what we got. So the goals for MTA is to hit 51 magic, which should get us all of the useful teleports. It misses a few like Apatol and Varlamore teleport, but we don't really need those right now anyways. We'll get them in the future. And we're going to have to cast low alch about 1100 times, so really not that bad at all. It should go by pretty quick compared to agility. Here's our first big hand in an MTA, turning in 18,500 coins for 37,000 magic XP. Holy, I did not realize it was going to be that much. That's amazing. Got us from 37 to 45 magic in one go. That's crazy. That already unlocks most of the teleports for us. Like, that's Artie, Kourend, Cammy, Valley, Lumby. I mean, it's all of them pretty much. Just a few left to go. Nice. This really did not take long at all. This should be our final turn in here. Another 15,500 coins for 31,000 magic XP. And it gets us to 50. Nice. Gets us Artie and Kourend, I think, were the last two. And we are good to go. This really did not take too long at all. I kind of enjoyed it in here, honestly. Going to be making a quick pit stop here for 50 thieving and blackjacking, which I know is an activity that most people probably don't like. I'm kind of iffy on it. It's kind of fun and satisfying once you're into it, but at a really low level like this, you fail so much, it's kind of annoying. Should be finishing up 50 thieving here pretty easily. I had a couple close calls with the bandits hitting pretty hard. Only having 26 HP is kind of scary because they can get you down pretty fast, but as long as you're paying attention, it's not, you don't ever actually risk. Now we're going to move on to some Karamja questing. There's Jungle Potion completed for the first of the 3 Karamja Trio quests done, and some Herblore levels. Nice. Always appreciate those. And oh, I didn't realize this was Shiloh Village completed already. Nice. That was a bit faster than I thought it would be. I didn't know where the end of the quest was, honestly. I've only ever done this quest maybe once or twice. And I'm handing in Merlin's Crystal for nothing really, just 6 quest points, but I thought you got an XP lamp here somewhere. I thought he gave me an XP lamp. Okay, it turns out I get the XP lamp later from the museum, not from this. I don't know what I was thinking. My bad. What am I seeing here? Which constellation? Like a backwards K, I guess? Oh, it's Aquarius. Nice. That's actually my star sign, and I clicked it again. Nice. Yeah, I'm actually an Aquarius in real life, so that's kind of cool. And that should be Observatory Quest being finished up here. Yap. There we go, for just some crafting XP. There's the ruby necklace, so we can make dig site teleports now. So we're going to be getting our seaweed runs underway as soon as possible, so may as well grab this while we're here to get the lamp upstairs. And there's the lamp that I was talking about. Thank you. This is where it actually came from, not from the quest. And there's a little bit of crafting and mining XP. Nice. Gets us to 34 mining and 31 crafting. Thank you. And with the help of the OSRS SOA clan chat, we were able to finish Shield of Arav here. Honestly, shout out these guys. Without this clan chat, this quest is a nightmare. It only took a few minutes for me to find somebody, so thanks, guys. Journey and Priest in Peril lets us get into Mauritania and gets us a little bit of prayer XP, which is good, because anything on the way to 43 prayer is super useful. Okay, time for our first Slayer task. Come on, give me something decent here. 31 Hill Giants? We take that, absolutely. Might even get a Giant's Key on the way to unlock Obor. That would be sweet, because there's a lot of combat achievements from Obor that we could do. And they're all pretty easy. Here's Nature's Spirit turned in for some decent XP. It's kind of an annoying quest with all the different gas eating up your food, but we got through it. There's crafting, hit points, and defense level. And here's probably the latest completion of Cook's Assistant, I would assume. There's Cook's Assistant completed for 13 cooking. Huge! And we're just going to get right into Recipe for Disaster as well. 1 bread burnt. 2 breads burnt. 3 breads burnt. Okay, I took all the flour out of my bank this time. Surely you can't burn 4 more at level like 30 cooking or 13 cooking, whatever, same difference. Hey, there we go. Lumpy easy diary step completed. Didn't know it would be this difficult. Once I walk through the door here, Lost City will be finished up, and we will go do a couple Draenor Manor quests, and finally get started on Fairy Tale. Alright, it's time. Fairy Tale 1 being started. We are going to do the few Draenor quests while we're in the area, get them done first, but this is it. The guide says to talk to 5 farmers, but I don't see Mr. Mammal anywhere, so I don't really know how I'm supposed to complete the quest. Just a little drive-by here on Vampire Slayer and also Ernest the Chicken, both being completed easily. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's find out what items we need for Magnelius here. Hopefully it's not the Nature's Talisman. My first Iron Man ever needed that, and I had to go into the Abyss to get it because Guardians of the Rift didn't even exist, and that was terrible. Hopefully it's nice and easy. Let's see what we need. Okay, an Avanto, an Ira, and a Blue Dragon Scale. That's so easy. We can get the herbs probably from like pickpocketing, or we might even have them, and the Blue Dragon Scale we just go pick up in Taverley. This is such a good roll. Okay, we don't have an Avanto in the bank, unfortunately. We do have Irits already, so it's just an Avanto and a Blue Dragon Scale. Okay, so the plan is I need to get a Dragon Shield so I can go to the Blue Dragons and get the Scale. So I just have to do the quest up until I get the Shield here. And then for an Avanto, it's actually pretty easy. I just have to kill Chaos Druids, probably the easiest way that I could find. They're also in the Taverley dungeon, so we might even get a little 2-for-1 there. take it down to Narda because we can't clean it ourselves. Get it cleaned for a couple coins and we're good to go. Okay, thank you for the dragon shield. That's all we need to get down in the dungeon now. I've been flinching this guy for like 5 minutes at least. This guy takes forever to kill, but now we can finally get the key. And I actually didn't know how you got the key this way to get into where the blue dragons are, because I've always just taken the pipe. So this is how you get the key, apparently. You have to come kill this jailer and get this guy out. Okay, finally time to go through the gate. I'm just going to stay healthy. Nothing can ever actually kill me as long as I eat wines. Just go run in, get the scales. I already have them highlighted from before. And we get out. There we are. Just grab the scale quickly. He hits me a 1. We're chilling. Stay healthy and don't get stuck. We're good. Nice. Easy. Okay, we're just going to try our luck here at these Chaos Druids entirely with the food that we have. And Avanto is 1 in 60 from these guys, so I probably can't kill 60 with only 4 wines, but we'll see. If I don't get it here, we'll just go up to Ardy and kill the Chaos Druids there since it's closer to a bank. And it shouldn't take too long. We'll see if we get lucky. There we go, we got the Avanto on 98 KC, not too bad at all. And now we just take these down to Narda, get our herbs cleaned, and we have fairy rings pretty much. This was way easier than I thought it was going to be. There we go, Zahir's got the herbs cleaned for us, and we are good to go. Okay, so I thought this was smooth sailing after we got lucky on the items, we got all the items we needed. This Tanglefoot actually is the hardest boss in the game. This was almost 20 minutes of flinching to get this thing down, and there was no way I could tank him. And we're handing in Fairy Tale for some farming XP, a little bit of attack and magic, but that's not what we're here for. We are here for the fairy rings. So we just have to start up part 2, do a couple dialogue options, and we can teleport anywhere. Okay, this might seem weird, but there is a 10-minute timer in the middle of like Fairy Tale part 2 before you get the fairy rings. You have to wait it out. So we just finished up Portion of Interest and got ourselves some Slayer points while we waited for the timer, and now we can go ahead with getting fairy rings for real this time. Okay, I believe I've gotten through all the dialogues I needed. I might have even done one too many actually, but oh well. Quest says to come and use the fairy rings. I think we're good to go. I'm so excited. Now that we have these fairy rings unlocked, we're just going to get the diary steps with them out of the way really quick. But more importantly, we need to move on to getting the Ardcloak 1. It's the closest teleport to a fairy ring in the game that we have access to right now, and it really doesn't take that long to get. Once we unlock the Ardcloak, we'll have everything we need to propel this account into the mid-game and just start flying through questing and early levels and get into the really good content. Just finishing up Biohazard here for the diary, and this should be our last step and we can go get our cloak finally. Okay, now that all the diary steps are finished up, I just have to talk to Two Pints here, get our lamp and our cloak, and we are good to go. I am going to be holding onto the lamp for a little bit, but now that we have this, we can teleport anywhere in the game pretty much. This is amazing. I'm so excited. I can't wait to go even farther on this account now that we can kind of speed through some of the quests and not walking everywhere. This episode was mainly focused on setting up the account for the mid-game, and in the next episode, we're going to be getting the most broken unlock in all of Runescape. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching if you made it this far. This was my first time making a video like this, and I definitely learned a lot and went through a lot of tech issues to get it done, but I'm super happy it came out how it did, even if it's not perfect. I would love to hear any feedback you guys have about it in the comments, good or bad. I'll definitely read it all, and I'll see you next episode.